Hey guys, Clay and Coco with eKnives.com, and we are here today to talk to you guys about some locking systems.
Locks.
Let's get started.
We have a lot of different locking styles and a lot of different companies use different ones. Some of them use many of the same ones. We're just going to run through some of the ones that we have with some of the brands that we carry and kind of give you an overview of different locking styles, because we get questions about it all the time, like what's the best lock? What lock do you prefer? I don't know if there's really a best one. It's a subjective question, but we're going to run through the different ones so you kind of have an idea of what kind of locks are out there.
These are the most popular locking systems.
I mean, pretty much every knife company.
Probably 95% of them. So
yeah.
Just a little education for you today.
Yep. So we're going to start with a very traditional back lock, which you would see in like your grandpa's old case or your pawpaw. Yeah.
My pawpaw had some of these.
Every grandfather gave their grandson one of these knives. So
or granddaughter.
Or granddaughter. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
But basically it's a spring-loaded bar on the spine of the handle that releases the blade. And so it's two-handed. It usually has a nail nick right here that allows you to open it. This is a buck, typical on a buck or a case, old school gentleman folder. You just press on the back of the handle to disengage. Spyderco uses the back lock in many of their models, like the Endura model. They use a lot of different locking mechanisms for their models, but you'll see that on the Endura and some of their other models. A lot of newer companies use it too. But anyway, that's kind of one of the oldest and original locking systems that you would see.
I think because we haven't seen it as often, and like you said, it's coming back out. I think Main Street Knives just did a sub $200 knife. It's Medford Knives, and they actually did like another knife company under them called Main Street Knives, and I think the folders are backlocks. So, yeah,
it's cool.
It's coming back.
Yep. Next up, we have a really popular lock. This is a Shirogorov, and this is a liner lock. So the liner lock has a titanium liner on the inside of the handle scales that allows you to disengage the blade. You would slide this liner lock over to disengage the blade and let it drop. This is very popular. It's one of the most popular locking styles of any company or knife in general. I mean, you'll see this, just about every company has a liner lock. It's very popular. It's pretty durable, pretty strong. Not as strong as the next one I'm gonna show you, but it's a pretty heavy duty locking system. Not nearly as strong as the frame lock, but it's one that a lot of people go to. I think Michael Walker invented the liner lock.
Really?
Yep.
Also though, well, two things. So this one is titanium, but it can also be stainless steel.
It can be different material.
Yes, depending on the knife, it'll be different materials. If you have a problem with hand placement when you're trying to open a knife, like maybe a frame lock knife, like you don't have the issue with opening.
It's easier
opening a liner
typically
lock.
Easier to manipulate.
And we'll explain what we mean when we do the frame lock in a second, but it's usually a little easier to operate.
But you'll see this liner right here that runs north to south. It holds the blade in place. And when you slide it over, it disengages the blade. So you would two-hand it, or a lot of guys will one-hand it. They'll just free drop it. So they'll disengage, let it guillotine. Essentially. And that's the liner lock. Very popular. This next one is probably the most popular. I probably should have started with it. Invented by this man right here. This is a Chris Reeve titanium Sabenza. The Reeve integral lock is a mechanism he created called the integral lock, and it's basically the frame of the knife is the lock bar. It's cut out along the frame, and that is what disengages the blade. Much stronger than a liner lock, probably the strongest locking system that you'll come across. The downside is, like she says, sometimes it can be tough for some people to close.
Yeah, or open. I think it's tough, like depending on what size the knife is. If you have larger hands, we have a lot of people who have a problem sometimes with certain models.
Yeah.
Being able to open them just because of your hand placement.
Yeah, and it's personal preference between these two. I mean, some guys, they're liner lock all the way. Some guys only want frame lock. There's pros and cons to both, but they're both great locking systems. But these two are the most popular.
What's your preference out of those two?
I like a frame lock. Yeah, I like a frame lock.
Liner.
No, I like a frame lock.
Yeah, I like a liner lock. I mean, a frame lock too.
But when you play with this Shirogorov liner lock, you really fall in love. Like this thing.
It's hero too.
Yeah, it is. It's sweet. Anyway, we digress. Okay, on to the next one, which is very popular in the last couple of years. It's called a button lock, and this is the ProTech Malibu. It's a push button, spring loaded. It looks like an automatic, but it's not. You push the button, drop it. It's very fidget friendly. You can one hand this thing all day long. You sit at your desk and wear your coworkers out or your wife, because you just sit here and do this all day long. But it's very fidgety, very fun to play with. So that's the Malibu, and it's a button lock, just spring loaded, drops the blade. I don't know that I would go into a hard use situation with a lock like this, but it does the job and it's super fun to play with. The only con would be maybe accidentally disengaging the blade. You know, if you accidentally touch the button in a certain, it takes some strength to get the button pushed in, so it's not easy to disengage, but super fun to play with. A lot of companies do the button lock too. Next up is
popular one. Everybody knows this one.
Everybody knows this one because when the patent ran out a couple of years ago, everybody jumped on the bandwagon and started creating their own, but this is called the Axis lock, and this is from Benchmade. It's a crossbar lock system. This bar right here slides on a spring up and down. It's ambidextrous, so you can left-handed or right-handed. You can also one-hand it. You don't have to use two hands for this. You just pull back on the spring-loaded bar and drop it. Benchmade had a patent on this for like 10 years, I think. The patent ran out, and as soon as the patent ran out, everybody started creating one. It was like Wild Wild West. Yeah. So Microtech, every company has one just about. Companies that are just starting start out with it.
And it's a really great way for you to keep the costs down on models as well.
Yeah, I think they're typically a little bit less expensive, and they're fidgety. They're fun to play with too. You can do you can do it one-handed. There's a lot of pros to this type of locking system. The next one is Ram locks. It's the same thing. It's a crossbar lock system. This is Microtech's MSI. Microtech was one of the first companies to come out with a crossbar lock system after Benchmade's patent ran out. In fact, I think they had one ready the next week. This is the Ram lock, same concept, spring loaded, super fun to play with, fidget factor, 10 out of 10.
Oh, here's you a favorite.
Next is, as we've stated before, the first knife that we ever sold at eKnives.com.
Yep.
This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This is a compression lock, so it's a little different. It's on the spine of the blade, but it's spring loaded, and the tension releases the blade when you slide it back and forth right here on the spine. The great thing about this is it's one-handed and your fingers naturally go to this spot. Like, it's just super easy.
Unless you have nails.
Unless you have nails.
And then I have to use the little nub of my
but like
to close it. But
this is one-handed all day long, and it's super fun to play with. This is the compression lock by Spyderco. They're the only ones to do this. I'm guessing it's patented. Yeah, nobody else uses the compression lock that I'm aware of. It's a really cool locking mechanism. Pretty strong too. Yeah. Next is Demco knives. This is probably the most fidgety knife that we sell.
With a crazy strong, like,
it's like
you can hard
walk
use
around
this
and do this all day long. This is the Shark lock. It's on the spine of the blade as well. I can't give you a ton of details on the Shark lock. I've never taken it apart, but it's super easy to disengage and re-engage, and all with one hand. You never even have to touch the blade. That's how easy that is.
And as someone who does not hard use their knives, like, I don't go out and like, spine flick my knife and all that good stuff, but from what we've been told, it's one of the strongest.
And some of these will have that issue. Like on a button lock, if you do the spine whack test, you might have some failure here and there on some button locks. So,
but don't go and spine whack your knife.
But, you know, this thing right here is just super fun to play with. But that's called the Shark lock, and Demco makes that particular locking mechanism. Andrew Demco, formerly of Cold Steel. And then last but not least, this knife doesn't have a lock, but we have to include it. It's called a slip joint. It's probably the oldest, even older than the back lock, I believe. The slip joint is just a traditional, like your grandpa would have, two-handed, which scares my wife to death. She hates slip joints.
Like, this is the scariest knife.
But they do have a half stop, which is really good, so you don't close it on yourself.
But if you close it from that halfway point,
but it does not lock. It just opens up all the way and you're good to go. But that's called a slip joint. This is Notorious EDC, Tom, a friend of ours, and this is his model.
The Kingpin.
The Kingpin.
Yes.
There is a lineup of the locking mechanisms that we currently offer from the brands that we offer. These are all pretty popular. There might be a few out there that we don't have that we're missing, but this is most of the locking mechanisms you'll see. And most of them are gonna go between the liner lock, frame lock, axis lock, and button lock. Those are gonna be your four biggest that you'll see from most knife companies. Yeah, that's all our locking mechanisms.
A little good education for me.
I mean, I don't have all the answers, but you know.
But
that's
we're here to learn. Yeah. So we're learning too with you guys.
Yep.
We hope you learned something today. If we left anything out, please comment below. Let us know. If you have another system you'd like for us to review, let us know. We'll get our hands on it. We'll talk about it. Let us know what your favorite locking system is. I know Clay prefers frame lock. I like them all. Just depends on what mood I'm in that day.
Frame lock, and then
the Demco. Yeah. We have a lot of Demcos laying around our house now.
There's nothing better. There really is nothing better.
Yeah. So
I haven't gone out in the woods with it, but it's super fun. Next to an OTF is probably my favorite.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know, what is your favorite locking system for our hard use guys? Which one do you think is the strongest? How do you prefer to use your knives? Let us know in the comments below. If you do not follow us, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the little like button, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And yeah, let us know what you think.
Thanks so much.
And as always, it's been a while. And as always, have a nice day.